All right, it's actually been a few days. I'm putting this all in the first video. So every day I've been out spraying yards and taking care of lawns. After all that moving, I come back and cut a little bit every day. Yesterday I finally got through a lot of the small stuff to see what I got, and I did some bigger stuff today. Now I have a chainsaw. It's like a little pole saw. It's pretty small, not made for big trees, but I've used it on a few. And this area looks quite different. So let's take a don't mind the yard. Look, there's the pile there, but this is all fresh, because as you can see, all there was big stuff left, and you can see where these big trees are laying that I've knocked down. Actually, two accidentally went that way by the pump, and it was quite everything here, most of them were already leaning a very friendly way, so I did the notch cut in them. They fell real nicely. The two back here, and one was leaning way over and one was a little bit, but I swear the wind picked up and they went into this tree. I spent an hour slowly notching them more, working on them, getting them to go, pushing on them, things like that. Actually, part of the top is still stuck in the tree, and my chain came off the chainsaw, so I figured that was time to call it. But as you can see, here's all the big logs. As you see, this was a massive tree leaning over, and here it is. It would have, the top branches would have hit the fence, no damage, but the pump house, I was very concerned. But as you can see, it actually fell in between this gap here of this part of the tree I was going to keep. I might have pushed it over too much, because remember, I'm putting storage here to cover the pump house, and I don't want trees leaning over it. I was going to keep this little guy. He looked good, but I think with the two trees fell in this gap and pushed that tree way out, and you can see up there it snapped branches and things off, and part of it's still stuck. I was cutting it out till the chain came out, and I went, you know what, it's just a green mess right now. So in a few days, the leaves will start dying off, and it'll be a lot easier to see what to cut. But you can literally see it's sitting. That's the big tree, lean sideways. So this tree, good thing I did save it, and when I did, because it saved me some time. But actually, funny enough, each section only has two trees left, and you can see just how much I've cut in here. I mean, look at these crepe myrtles. These trees now, the base of these trees are small, but as you can see, they're tall. And the base is so small because they're growing very tall, very quick, because they were so thin. And this is a good lesson about plants. So they were growing up super long and tall, and they have a very narrow base to them, even though they're taller than they should. But that's because they're trying to all compete for light, and really when they're clustered, the only way of light is pretty much up, maybe some to the side, but that's where they're racing to. That's how they're growing. So then the base says. Now, a really good example of that is this oak tree. As you can see, these trees have blocked this oak tree for so long, nothing has grown this way. And this is the setting sun. So this is the hottest sun of the day, lots of light, but all these trees blocked it, and there's been no growth back this way. I'm keeping this good privacy between the neighbors, good shade for the morning, and then two, now that it has sunlight, it's gonna probably freak out and be like, oh my gosh, what's this? And it's gonna start growing back out this way. It's leaning over to the neighbors, and so that'll kind of help even out the tree. I don't know, these still are all too close together to tell exactly what I'm going to keep there, but things close to the fence, in between the fence, probably going to want to keep our privacy. I can put in privacy hedges and stuff, which I'm doing, as I said, on the sides. But man, I've cut some big trees down. This one fell well, can't see where I've notched them, but it fell absolutely perfect. And like I said, a lot of these were leaning besides those two, and I had a very scary moment with those. So I don't really know how else. This tree is actually probably one of the biggest ones here, and it's actually leaning pretty friendly that way, and I have enough room to drop it. So I don't know, I'll get all this cleared out and see, but I might have to get professional help for the last few. I don't know, maybe I can get up on a ladder, or get some other equipment, rent some other equipment that I can get up there. Maybe I get I don't know if I want to get a scissor lift, because if I don't cut it the right way, it's going to knock me off. So as you see, huge improvements. Finally, this part of the yard hasn't seen sunlight in I don't know how long. These vines were a mess, so I finally got it sunlight. Look, this dead tree's gone. Again, this root is in between my neighbor and I, so I'm not gonna be able to get that out. I actually think pretty quickly, once I get this cleaned up, I'm gonna get my viburnums and go ahead and plant them along here. Maybe not all the way to the back, but at least where the house is, so we give each other privacy here. And I can do that pretty quick because I'm not going to be able, remember, I'm going to bring an excavator in and get these roots out, but I'm not going to be able to there because I'm absolutely going to destroy our fence. So I'm actually going to get a pickaxe or an axe, dig around, axe out some of the roots I can, plant and mulch just along there after I kill all those vines. I'll probably give myself I'll probably think maintenance, because what I'm probably do is push the shrubs out a little bit, because you can see these vines are all growing, so that way I can keep getting behind there, cut it, and spray kill the vines to make sure the vines aren't coming into the viburnums, choking them out, and I'm battling out of, instead of battling them out of the viburnums, I can battle them on the fence. So I'll probably push them out a little bit to give myself an access way to maintain the fence line here and give privacy and all that. And that's the only bit of tall dead that'll fall. It's not in the way of anyone's stuff, so it won't do damage. It's gonna fall and hit their side of the fence, so I'm not gonna touch it. I got everything on my side, and I'll clean up even closer. But what a difference this has made. And I've done this all with this little chainsaw. You can see the chain knocked off. That's okay, it happens after using it a lot. Just need to put it back on and tighten her back up, but that won't be a problem. But each cluster only has 2 trees. In a few days, just like an hour or so every day, getting out here, getting it done. I'm probably gonna leave them here just for a few days. Like I said, let all the leaves fall off. As you can see, look at the pot sinking and sinking, because things are slowly dying and or not decomposing, but getting weak and breaking and snapping under its weight pretty quickly. So instead of moving all these with all these branches and things in the way, I've tried to cut them up as I go, but some I didn't get cut, like that big guy. It's just such a mess in there. Once those leaves fall off in a week or so, I'll be able to see a lot more, cut it up, put it all in a pile. Out of my way, might save it till winter. And I mean, I know I'm gonna burn them, but I might just let them wait till winter, rot away, then burn them in the winter time. So we'll see what we do these last few trees, but actually have sunlight in back here. I got to look at these because I really wanted to get those two, because well, the big one was leaning over, and I thought, and once I put up my cover and storage right there, it would be impossible to cut. Not impossible, but it'd be very tough to cut that. That's why I wanted to get it out the way, even though it was sketchy. But I don't know about what I'm gonna do about these two. I got to look. So I really want to put my storage set up and get the crap out of my garage and get everything going again, storage wise, clean out the garage and organize all that. So take a look at these, maybe just trim off, get up this handy old ladder, trim off a few of the branches going this way, at least, so if I hire someone to cut it, they can make sure it goes, because it can't go that way and it's leaning that way. This one and this one I think I might be able to take down on my own. All right, little update, doing a surprise work on the front yard here, and a quick simple. So I'm gonna make this a bed, and I'm doing it really quick and simple, and I'll show you why. And this is important to know in yours. A lot of equipment here, wires. Obviously you don't want to eat by those, it'll mess it up. Same thing, this is all for septic, drain field, all that. You know, we're gonna beat up around this, weed eating it. Weeding up against the house is good. Look, an access point. I got a cat port today and it didn't fit, so that's unfortunate. Like a little low there, but this is an area with a lot of stuff in it in the front of the house, so I don't really want grass and things growing up, so I'm gonna make it a bed. And this is quick and easy. Now later on I'm gonna might change this. Maybe I like it, I might not, but it's a quick, easy way to do this. Spray kill everything. I'm not going to weed it down. The Roundup will kill it. And as you can see, I got a cheap border. Now the only thing I wish is this border was taller, because I wanted to lay it thick with mulch. It's not. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Super easy to lay out. You don't need to dig anything out. I just eyeballed, lined it up. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And so it comes to the fence here, and it'll just make all this a bed. As you can see, it looks good enough, and then I can just weed eat against this, which is made to, and it's plastic, and I'm not going to dig anything up. Spray kill, mulch, really simple. And then my girlfriend and I will go pick out plants when we want, so we can hide. We want to make sure that we hide some of this if we want, but you also need access to it. So if someone needs to come work on it, maintain it, we need to do it, you need to have a lot of access so you can get there. But The drain field kind of hides it from the road anyway, so I'm not sure we have to be too worried about that. But could put a cap on that, make this area nice. I need to raise this up. There's a lot of water pours here. I have some dirt I'll put there so it doesn't spill into there, and that's gonna be the front, and that's super easy, and that way we don't like it. We didn't spend a lot of money, so quick and easy to change. Just this little barrier, you know, if I like the bed shape, I can do a paver barrier later, dig it in, make it look really nice. Spins. So that'll be a quick, easy project right there to make it look better without really doing a lot of work. Now I'll show you what I've done here. All this mess back here, but I found huge washout, and I'll show you a picture of the hole underneath here, and you can see this patio is already cracked. Now, how far is it really washed out? I'm not 100% sure. And I know it washes out bad because we don't have gutters, but we have this guard, so water doesn't fall onto the patio. Instead, it falls into the corners. I don't really know why or if that's a good idea, but that is there. Maybe we will get gutters. But because of that, tons of water was pouring here, washed out underneath there. So I went and bought paver base, 5 bags, and I just shoved bags with a rake underneath as far as I could. It seemed to go pretty far, and I was packing it in, and it seemed like I couldn't pack in any, and I had some extra put, but this area was still really low, and that's what caused it. So I had some leftover command. This command's like a year old. It still looks great, but what I wanted to do is I need to build this area up, so when all this water comes, it doesn't pool into here, it'll run off. Now, I packed it down with my feet, but because it's dirt, it'll wash away. So this mulch is just a little line of black mulch right here will help. Again, not permanent solution, but cannot have water going under the patio. Really, really bad. It could get under the foundation, cause lots of issues for something so simple. So luckily I had tons of dirt. If not, you could just go get some, put down way more than I need because it'll settle in. Put the mulch there, and then this whole thing was a little low. So yeah, some of this will wash out. It doesn't need to look perfect, but I just needed to build it up a little bit around. And it really wasn't the same here, but I wanted to avoid it from being the same. So I didn't do any mulch, but I just packed dirt in there. Yeah, mud's gonna splash up on the house and the patio for a little bit, but whatever. I just needed to protect the foundation of the house, protect the foundation of the patio. Obviously, it's already got a crack, so that was a nice, good quick fix there. So I'm gonna spray kill that area, put down mulch. I don't think I have quite enough mulch. That's okay, I'll go get more. Probably another day. Been out here sweating for a while. And that'll be good to go. So we'll see what it looks like after it's all mulched and when we get plants in there and things like that. So it's a nice, quick, easy project just to get the front looking good. And like I said, a lot of maintenance stuff here. You don't want to be weed eating around. It can cause a lot of money and damage just because you don't want tall weeds around an area. So nice, easy fix. But let's spray kill some weeds and get some mulch in. All right, so here's what I got done today. Here's that bed. Then the front, I still need a little more mulch. That's okay. Now I do want to explain something. You're probably like, Chad, well, I know you said you spray the weeds and mulch over, but why? Why wouldn't you just weed eat them all out or weed them out and then spray them? Let me break down how herbicides work. Especially proper herbicides that take a little bit of time is because they kill from the root. When you get those fast-acting herbicides that work within a few hours, they're just burning up the leaf blades. Yeah, some of it may go down to the root, and easier to kill weeds, it may work, but most likely it's just killing the foliage, and over time the roots will stay and they'll come back. So what's happening here is the herbicides work from the leaf blade in. So if I weed eat all this down and sprayed it, I weed eat all the leaf blades. Roundup or weed killer doesn't do anything on soil. It's not going to kill the weeds on soil. That's not how it works. It works foliar. It wants to get on the leaf blade. Once it gets into the leaf blade, it works its way down to the roots. That's why it takes a few days when you see it die, because it's not burning the leaf tissue. It's actually killing the root system. So if I weeded it all down and sprayed it, it would be a waste. And if I sprayed it and weeded it all down, I weeded off all the foliage. The best way would have probably been spray it, wait 24 hours. It would have been in through the plant system, weeded it down, then mulch, or even till up this bed and do a lot more. But this was a quick project. This stuff's gonna die all from the Roundup, and I'm gonna come back in here and plant some plants. I put a bunch of dirt there, so it's not a low spot anymore. But I'm gonna come in here and plant some plants, and I'll clean up the edges as it dies. But it's just a quick, okay, let's get it down, get it done. I'll come back. I need to get a cap for that. I need more mulch. I'll clean it up, but that's why I did it the way I did. So I'm gonna go get some more mulch in a few days, let these weeds die, clean it all up, show you what it looks like. Maybe we'll have some plants to plant in this episode and see what's going on. But, well, nice little front mulch bed, way better. And all my maintenance stuff isn't going to be filled with a bunch of grasses and things like that. And I might not might cut the cords with weed eaters and things like that.